There comes a moment in every person's life when the mirror stops lying, a moment when you can't escape the truth anymore, a moment when life whispers, or sometimes screams, change before it's too late. Some people hear that message and ignore it. They keep living the same day over and over again, like a loop they never escape. Months pass, years burn away. And suddenly they wake up at 40, 50, 60, realizing they never truly lived. But you're here, you're listening, you're searching. And that means something inside you already knows. Change isn't optional anymore. It's necessary, it's urgent, it's now. Let me tell you a truth most people avoid. Doing nothing is the easiest choice. You can hide. You can postpone. You can drown your potential with distractions, excuses, and fear. But here's the part people refuse to admit. Doing nothing still has a cost, and it's the most expensive cost of all. It costs you your confidence. It costs you your dreams. It costs you the future you could have had. Every single day you stay the same, you're silently agreeing to a life you don't want. You're saying yes to pain, to frustration, to mediocrity. And the worst part? You know it. You know when you're capable of more. You know when you're wasting your time. You know when your soul is starving. Because deep down, you feel the gap. The distance between who you are and who you could be. People aren't afraid of change because it's hard. People fear change because change exposes the truth. When you try, really try, you risk failure. You risk seeing your weaknesses. You risk confronting the part of you that's been asleep for years. It's easier to avoid. It's easier to delay. It's easier to give 50%. So you can always say, well, I didn't really try. But that mindset is poison, because what's worse than failing? Living a life where you never even tested your potential. You don't want that. You don't want to wake up one day and realize you never discovered who you could have become. Here, SUI something powerful. Every great change starts small. The biggest transformations in your life won't start from big dramatic leaps. They'll start from simple decisions. Today I'll work out for 10 minutes. Today I'll read 5 pages. Today I'll stop lying to myself. Today I'll choose progress over excuses. People underestimate small changes. But small changes are how you rebuild yourself. Small changes are how you break old habits. Small changes are how you become someone new. Because the moment you commit, even in a tiny way, you activate something inside you that's been asleep for too long. Momentum. And once you get momentum, everything changes. Let me remind you of something important. You are not too late. Not yet. As long as you're breathing, you can rebuild. As long as you're alive, you can become someone different. As long as there's another sunrise, another day, another chance, you can choose to change. But here's the warning. Opportunities do not stay forever. Life does not wait. Time does not pause. Your potential will not sit around patiently, waiting for you to finally act. You must move. You must decide. You must begin. Not tomorrow. Not next week. Not when I feel ready. Now. If you want to change your life, you must do one thing first, something most people avoid. Take responsibility. Not blame. Not guilt. Not shame. Responsibility. The moment you look at your life and say, this is on me, the good, the bad, the failures, the future, that's the moment everything shifts. Because when you accept responsibility, you take back power. You stop being a victim. You stop being trapped. You stop waiting for miracles. You become the creator of your own life. And once you take responsibility, you can start building your habits, your mindset, your discipline, your future. But real may I shop a D? Imagine yourself 5 years from now. The stronger version of you. The disciplined version of you. The confident, courageous, unstoppable version of you. That person is calling you right now. They're saying, change your habits, and you change your life. Change your thinking, and you change your destiny. Change your actions today, and you save yourself from regret tomorrow. The question is, are you going to answer the call? Or are you going to let it ring until it's too late? Life opens its doors for those who take action. Life changes for those who decide to change themselves. Life bends for those who stop running from responsibility. You cannot keep living in the shadows of your potential. You cannot keep letting fear write your future. You cannot keep waiting for the perfect moment. Because the perfect moment is a lie. The only moment you have is now. The only chance you have is the one in front of you. And if you don't grab it, someone else will. Someone hungrier. Someone braver. Someone who's tired of being average. So let today be the day you rise. Let today be the day you say enough. Let today be the day you start becoming the person you were meant to be. You made it here. And if you're still listening, it means something inside you refuses to settle. It means your spirit is waking up. It means you're ready, maybe for the first time in your life, to confront the truth. You cannot become the person you want to be while holding on to the person you used to be. Change demands sacrifice. Change demands courage. Change demands that you let go of the version of yourself that is destroying your future. So in this chapter, we go deeper. We go into the uncomfortable. We go into the part of change no one talks about. The part that hurts before it heals. Let's begin. Everyone wants a new life, but no one wants the discomfort that comes with building it. You say you want discipline, but discipline means breaking your old habits. You say you want confidence, but confidence comes from doing things you're afraid of. You say you want success, but success demands failure, setbacks, and persistence. The truth is simple. The path to the life you want runs straight through the pain you've been avoiding. Every time you avoid discomfort, you strengthen the version of yourself you're trying to escape. Every time you choose the easy option, you add another brick to the cage you're stuck in. Every time you hide from responsibility, you delay the life that could have been yours. But hear me. Pain is not your enemy. Pain is your signal. Pain is your invitation. Pain is the universe trying to push you forward. If your life is uncomfortable right now, good. It means you're being called to evolve. You don't transform all at once. You transform in layers. One decision at a time, one habit at a time, one uncomfortable action at a time. Every small improvement you make adds up. Every tiny change compounds. Every day you choose growth, something inside you shifts. People dramatically underestimate the power of small transformations. They think change means becoming a brand new person overnight. No. Real change happens slowly, quietly, consistently. Read 5 pages a day. In a year, you've read 1,800 pages. Save $10 a day. In 5 years, your future is different. Learn 10 new words a day. You become fluent in a new language. Run for 10 minutes a day. Your body becomes unrecognizable. It's not the size of the change that matters. It's the fact that you showed up. Because showing up, especially on the days you don't want to, is what builds character, is what builds discipline, is what builds the life you want. Remember this. Small changes don't feel powerful today, but one day they'll feel miraculous. There's a version of you, a weaker version, that wants to survive. It hides in your excuses. It feeds on your fears. It whispers, stay comfortable, stay the same, stay safe. But if you let that version of yourself lead your life, you will lose everything you're capable of becoming. You need to confront that version. You need to challenge it. You need to remove its power, because you cannot rise if you keep dragging your old habits behind you. You cannot evolve if you keep living with outdated beliefs. You cannot step into your future if you're still loyal to your past. Sometimes you must burn the old version of yourself. Your laziness, your doubt, your excuses, your fears, so that the new version can rise from the ashes. Just like the phoenix, growth requires destruction. Rebirth requires fire. Transformation requires letting go. Ask yourself, what part of me must die so the real me can finally live? Look at your life right now. Be brutally honest. Brutal honesty is the doorway to transformation. Are you proud of your habits? Are you proud of your discipline? Are you proud of your choices? Are you proud of how you've handled your opportunities? Be honest. Because the mirror never lies. It reflects exactly what you've built and what you've destroyed. It reflects your efforts and your excuses. It reflects your future based on your actions today. But here's the beautiful part. The mirror also reflects your potential. It reflects your strength. It reflects who you could become. If you start fighting for yourself instead of against yourself, this is the moment. Right now. Not tomorrow. Not one day. This moment. Ask yourself, am I living as the person I want to be, or am I living as the person I settled for? Your answer decides everything. If you want to change your life, you must change your environment. Because no matter how strong you think you are, you cannot outgrow a toxic environment. If you're surrounded by people who make excuses, you'll become a person who makes excuses. If you're surrounded by people who fear change, you'll fear change. If you're surrounded by people who settle, you'll settle too. But if you surround yourself with people who grow, you'll grow. If you surround yourself with people who push themselves, you'll push yourself too. And so if you surround yourself with people who demand more from life, you'll start demanding more from yourself. Your environment is either your prison or your launch pad. Choose carefully. Your future depends on it. Discipline is the foundation of every transformation. Without discipline, motivation dies. Without discipline, potential dies. Without discipline, your dreams die. But discipline isn't something you're born with. It's something you build. Brick by brick. Choice by choice. Discipline means doing what you said you would do, even when you don't feel like it. Discipline means choosing your future over your comfort. Discipline means showing up on the days when no one is watching. When you build discipline, you build freedom. Freedom from your impulses. Freedom from your doubt. Freedom from the version of yourself you no longer want to be. Because discipline doesn't just change your actions. It changes who you are. Too many people wait for disaster before they finally change. They wait until they're broken. They wait until they're desperate. They wait until they've lost everything. Don't let that be you. You don't need a crisis to grow. You don't need heartbreak to wake up. You don't need pain to force transformation. You can choose to change now, before the consequences hit, before the regrets pile up, before the doors close forever. You don't need rock bottom. You need a decision. The decision to rise. The decision to fight. The decision to build the life you want. Before life forces you to. If you've made it to part 3, then you're different. You're not the average listener who quits halfway. You're not someone who runs away when truth becomes uncomfortable. You're here because a deeper part of you knows your life must change, and it must change now. So this final section, this isn't just an ending, this is the beginning of the rest of your life. Every decision you make today is shaping the person you're becoming. Your actions are writing your future in real time. And here's the truth most people ignore. Nothing changes if you don't. You can pray for a better life. You can wish for a better life. You can dream about a better future. But unless you change your behavior, your life will stay exactly the same. Your future is not built on hope. Your future is built on habits. It's built on discipline. It's built on consistent, meaningful action. 5 years from now, you will arrive somewhere. The question is, will you arrive at a future you built with intention or a future created by your excuses? You get to choose. Weakness is persuasive. It's convincing. It knows exactly what to say to make you quit. I'm tired. I'll do it tomorrow. One more episode. It's not that bad. Your weakness speaks in a soft, gentle voice. Because weakness wants you comfortable. Weakness wants you predictable. Weakness wants you stuck. And the more you negotiate with your weakness, the stronger it becomes. You cannot negotiate with the part of you that wants your downfall. You cannot bargain with the part that fears growth. You cannot reason with the part that wants to stay average. You have to dominate it. You have to override it. You have to become stronger than the voice that's been holding you back for years. Strength is built the moment you stop listening to your excuses and start listening to your potential. You can be smart. You can be talented. You can have big dreams, big ideas, big goals. But if you don't act, none of it matters. The world is full of people with potential who never became anything. Potential is useless without action. Potential is wasted without effort. Potential is meaningless without discipline. Your life changes the moment you become a person of action. Even small action, even imperfect action. Because action builds belief. Action builds momentum. Action builds identity. When you take action, you tell yourself, I am the kind of person who follows through. And that identity becomes a weapon, a shield, a foundation you can build a whole new life on. Most people are not afraid of failing. They're afraid of being seen failing. They're afraid of looking stupid. They're afraid of judgment, of embarrassment, of criticism. But listen, failure doesn't destroy people. Fear does. Fear keeps people small. Fear keeps people silent. Fear keeps people stuck in lives they hate. Let me ask you something. Which is more painful? Trying and failing? Or never trying and spending the rest of your life wondering, what if? The fear of regret is heavier than the fear of failure will ever be. Stand up, try, fail, learn, grow, try again. Though only real failure is quitting on yourself. And change doesn't happen when you lie to yourself. Change begins when you tell the truth. I'm not disciplined enough. I'm wasting too much time. I'm stronger than the way I'm living. I'm capable of more. I'm not proud of who I am. Yet, honesty is the foundation of transformation. Because you cannot improve a version of yourself you refuse to acknowledge. Tell the truth about your habits. Tell the truth about your weaknesses. Tell the truth about the life you've built. Then, and only then, can you build something better. The person you imagine becoming, the stronger you, the disciplined you, the confident you, that person is not a fantasy. They're not a dream. They're not imaginary. They are a real version of you that already exists in the future, waiting to be created by your actions today. Every time you choose discipline over excuses, you move one step closer to that version. Every time you choose growth over comfort, you move one step closer. Every time you keep a promise you made to yourself, you move closer still. You're not becoming someone new. You're uncovering who you were always meant to be. Change is temporary. Transformation is permanent. Change is doing something different for a week. Transformation is becoming someone different for a lifetime. Change is motivation. Transformation is identity. Change is saying, I should. Transformation is saying, I must. And transformation only happens when you commit with your whole heart. When you stop dipping your toes in the water and finally jump in. When you stop trying to change and instead decide to live as the new you. Every decision, every action, every day. This is the moment right now, the moment you decide who you will become. Not next year. Not when life is easier. Not when you feel ready. Ready is a lie. Perfect timing is a lie. Tomorrow is a lie. You only have today. This breath. This heartbeat. Change before it's too late. Before your dreams fade. Before your potential dies. Before your life becomes a museum of excuses. You were not born to be average. You were not born to stay the same. You were not born to let fear dictate your destiny. You were born to rise, to evolve, to transform, to rewrite your entire life story. And that story begins with one decision. I will not waste my life. Say it, believe it, live it. Because once you change yourself, you change everything.